The next thing I want to quickly move to is the Star Launcher. And the Star Launcher is actually something that I found actually just a day before we did our last episode. And I was going to talk about that because we're talking about launchers and all of that. But I didn't think anything about it because I didn't install it then. And I just installed that thing like yesterday or whatever. And I realized that it's such a good app that it's worth the mention. So I want to look at that quick because what it reminds me of is customization that it has or what it brings to the table in the way of customization.
Device unlocked. Star Prime. Solid Explorer.
So I got the Star Prime, and I believe that this thing was $2, but it was free. I want to just long
Wallpaper
press
button.
somewhere on the home screen,
Settings button.
and you have
Wallpaper button.
wallpaper,
Settings button.
settings,
Widget button.
and widget. So let's go
Settings
to
button.
the settings, which is the most important.
Launcher settings. Best and Stash Writer Review 1 of 21. And list 21 items.
That's the review.
General settings 2 of 21.
General settings. Let's see what is in general settings or under the general heading.
Notification dots. Notification access needed 3 of 21.
So here you can go enable notification dots.
Prime settings 4 of 21.
Prime settings.
Prime settings. How to use feed provider. More details on the site. 1 of 3. And list 3 items.
So if you want the feed, which I call the Google feed, you have to enable that.
Feed provider to the left of the main home screen. Switch on. 2 of 3.
You got to enable that, and then you can download like a bridge add-on
Back button.
if you want to
Launcher
enable
settings.
that.
Prime settings 4 of 20. Theme 5 of 21.
Then the theme, if you want a dark theme or whatever theme you want, you go in here and change that theme.
Search 6 of 21.
And search. So we go in here just like Ed was showing last week on his Hyperion launcher. Here you have.
Search bar at the bottom of your screen. Switch on. 2 of 11.
You can.
Search provider Google 3 of 11.
You can choose which provider you want.
App search bar 4 of 11.
Then that.
App search bar at the top of your app drawer. Switch on. 5 of 11. Display app suggestions at the top of your all apps list. Switch on. 6 of 11. Other 7 of 11. Show carrot above the Aussies. Switch on. 8 of 11. Search apps when long pressing carrot. Switch on. 9 of 11. Voice search shortcut on the search bars. Switch on. 10 of 11. Show page indicator using horizontal lines. Switch on. 11 of 11.
So as you can see, you can customize that.
Back button out of list.
Let's go back
Launcher
here.
settings. Prime settings 4 of 20. Theme. Search 6 of 21. Edit apps 7 of 21.
Edit apps, and that's the
Edit apps.
one I.
Download icon back. Icon back 2 of 13. Grid columns 4 3 of 13.
So you can go here and change the grid, how many grids you want. I think it even has up to 9. So if you want to make, so what that means is that you're going to have smaller icons and things like that, but you can have up to 9 columns and 9 rows and things like that. And it's the only launcher that I see that has that.
Grid rows 4 4 of 13. Odyssey icons 4 5 of 13. Icon size 10 6 of 13. Icon label size 10 7 of 13. Other 8 of 13. Generate adaptive icons for apps without adaptive icons. Switch off 9 of 13. Extract color from legacy icon for generate adaptive icon backgrounds. Switch off 10 of 13. Allow 2-line labels for long app or folder names. Switch on 11 of 13. Other 8 of 13. Generate adaptive icons for apps without adaptive icons. Switch off 9 of 13.
Okay.
Extract color from legacy icon.
That's it. Let's go.
Extra bottom added. Use system default. System default 13 of 13. Extra bottom added. Enable if icons are too close to bottom search bar. Switch on 12 of 13.
Let's go back here. And
Launcher
then.
settings. Search 6 of 21. Edit apps 7 of 21. Hide and reset apps 8 of 21. Actions and gestures 9 of 21.
Action and gestures.
Actions
This
and
is
gestures.
important.
Actions and gestures out of list. Action 1 of 7. And list 7 items. Action button home on the main screen. Enter overview 2 of 7. Gestures 3 of 7.
Gestures.
Double tap to lock on your home screen. Switch off 4 of 7. Secure lock when double tap to lock in your device. Disable biometric authentication. Switch on. Disabled 5 of 7. Swipe down 1 finger for notifications. Switch on 6 of 7. Swipe down 2 finger for quick settings. Switch on 7 of 7.
So as you can see,
Back button out of list.
it's some of those same
Actions and
gestures that we have.
Hide and reset apps 8 of 21. Action other 10 of 21. Smart fix app settings are not applied 11 of 21. Star Launcher Prime 12 of 21. Our site tech news.
But here's what I want to talk about real quick.
Star Prime settings.
The thing I like is the renaming, being able to rename an app, because it supports those actions
Home
as,
screen 1 of 1.
as well.
Back
And
button.
so if I want to
Star Prime.
rename,
Solid Explorer. Star Prime.
I have Solid Explorer here. If I long press on,
Shortcuts. 4 shortcuts for Solid Explorer.
on Solid Explorer, it has 4 shortcuts.
Widgets.
There's widgets,
App info.
app info,
Uninstall.
uninstall,
Preferences.
preferences. In the preferences, this is what we have.
Solid Explorer. Edit box.
Now here I can change the name if I want it to be something
Showing
else.
English USQWER.
So I'm going to erase Solid Explorer.
Space capital S deleted.
I'm going to rename it to maybe something silly. Let's call it toy or dog.
Voice input.
Dog.
Delete. Done. Keyboard hidden.
Okay.
Dog. Star prime.
So see now I have renamed my Solid Explorer to dog. So if you have conflicting apps like the one that Ed was showing earlier, if you don't want to disable that app, but if you have them on the home screen, say you have a Samsung device and you have the Samsung messages and you have the Google messages, or you have apps like the scanner, for example, the scanner from voice dream reader guys, and it's also called scanner, and I have other apps that are called scanner. I can go there and change that icon name and change it to something like Legier or voice dream scanner, whatever that is. And so that's what the star launcher brings to the table. And I'm sorry we don't have enough time to go into all that it does, but it's a very customizable app. You can, when you move things around, it does the same thing that you find using the Google Pixel launcher or whatever launcher that supports shortcuts, and it tells you what is being moved and all of that. So I absolutely ask people to try it if you want to, and I recommend it. Add it to your launchers of choice if you want to further customize your phone. This is a launcher to go for.
Thanks, Warren. That sounds like a great launcher indeed, and as good, if not better, than some of the ones we demonstrated last week.